guys, welcome back to Real Talk. Today we are going to continue our talk with physical inspection with Chase from Morrison Plus Property Inspection.
Yep.
Ever since we posted our last video, I've gotten a lot of responses and sleepless nights thanks to you, Chase. Just kidding. I mean, for the most part, people are wondering, well, for a untrained eye, when they go into a property, with the help of, you guys, what are the first few, signs, let's say 3 things that you would definitely walk away or run away from if you see something like that in a property?
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly a handful of major issues that when found in a home are worth noting and worth potentially backing out of a deal on.
Okay.
Again, that's subjective to what your personal preferences are, but for me at least, some big issues that I tend to find or tend to see within our inspection reports. Number 1 being mold. When
right.
mold is an issue on a property,
right.
It takes remediation and it takes someone to come out and clean that up because it is a major health issue, especially if it gets to a certain point where it becomes out of hand and it has started taking over certain areas of the property.
Sure.
And it's a major health issue. So if you see a lot of mold on a property, think of safety and health in terms of potential causes and potential issues it can cause.
Of course.
Another one being sewer line inspections or sewer line issues, I should say.
Yeah.
Those ones stink.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely smells funny.
Something smells funny on that one for sure. But sewer lines, they're underneath the ground, right? So we actually can't physically see them. So there takes a separate inspection to figure out if there's any issues with them.
Okay.
It is an inspection that we do offer as a service, which I'm happy to do it because there's a lot of value that you pull from it.
Right.
I think the statistic is if the home is 30 years old or older, there is a 70% chance that there is either a break, a block, or some kind of issue with the sewer line. And those are very expensive fixes. Those are at a bare minimum $5,000, but you're probably looking closer to $10,000, if not more.
Yeah.
So if you see a major issue with the sewer line, definitely tag that to an expensive fix. And depending on your budget, that might be a no-go, right?
Right. I mean,
depends.
There's work that needs to be done underground, and sometimes if there's a blockage, from personal experiences, friends that told me about this, they had a sewage water kind of back up to their house.
Yeah.
Now that's kind of above grade sort of a damage because your carpet, your flooring, that one big giant bear that you bought from Costco is all gonna get ruined.
Yep.
So that's not funny stuff. You gotta stay away from that.
And the worst part is you have to deal with the city as well too, because you have to dig up the front yard to the city connection point.
Right.
And if you've ever dealt with a city or governing body, they're not easy to work with, and a little time consuming and a little bit headache worthy.
I was crying a little bit if you didn't see that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
so
definitely not easy.
It's a pain in the butt to say the least.
And insurance agents too sometimes.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Okay.
And in terms of a third major issue that's worth consideration when looking at a property is your roof and the service life left on your roof.
Okay.
So an inspector, if they are experienced, they should be able to give you an estimated range of your service life that's left.
Depends on the type of roof, the material and all that?
Correct, depending on the material and how long that roof has been on that house.
Okay.
An example would be an inspector can look at a 1970s house, and if the roof was properly maintained up until this point, it could still have maybe 10 years left on the service life. And they're going to tell you that and let you know. But if the roof is completely deteriorated or only has a year or 2 left of service life left, roofs are expensive fixes. And so again, you can either take that as it is and decide not to go further, or utilize that knowledge to negotiate for a lower price. Correct? I mean, that's what you guys can utilize inspection report for.
Right.
And by negotiating, you could fit the potential fixes into a budget. But those are my top 3, I think, to consider. They're part of those major systems and components that I mentioned earlier, I think on a previous video of ours. And definitely worth noting if you're walking on site.
Definitely. I'm talking about the life expectancy of a roof, right? Almost like a circle of life. You're seeing some on the Lion King, you're raising a piece of roof and saying, singing that song or something. Anyway, well, there you have it, guys. 3 major things you want to walk away from. if you see something funny, for realtors, you know what to do. Well, thanks for joining us on Real Talk. We'll see you next time.